All right, you ready? You ready? Little something new today. A little different. A lot of the same stuff, but some of it's new. All right, no weights, no nothing today. Just start out, shoulders back, finding a neutral position. Welcome. Let me slow down for a second. Welcome, everyone. This is Ron. This is Ageless Balance. We are getting started now. Seated, standing, no weights. No weights, no lining, no lines, no waiting. All right, ears, shoulders, hips. Start out, roll the shoulder blades back, open up the chest. Feel that nice, easy stretch across the front of the chest. And just relax. Kick the arms out. Little tiny shoulder rolls. Itty bitty, teensy weensy, like the yellow polka dot bikini. And forward. Roll the shoulders. These are small movements. Then you can start getting a little bigger. But don't try to just go like big circles. Make them count. Bring the shoulders forward. Bring them up, back, and down. Try to get those joints to move as much as you possibly can. Get the muscles flexible in there. That's going to stretch them out. You can get them flexible so you have movement so you don't lose it. And let's go the opposite direction. Up, forward, down. Remember, muscles don't get shorter, they get tighter. So there's still the muscle there. You just need to get it back to flexible again. All right, shake that out. Bring the arms up overhead. Deep breath in. Oops, first class today. Shoulders are feeling it. And back down again. Back up. So I watch a lot of videos that other people do just to see what's going on, what everybody's doing. And I watched a senior class video on strength today. And I swear 75% of their exercises included the shoulders. And you just can't do that. And this is a woman who's much younger doing the exercises. And it's like, oh my gosh, my shoulders would never do that. One more time up. Deep breath in, stomach out, exhale as you bring the arms down. I think that's where people say they like somebody who's older doing the exercises because I hurt too. Up and kick out, back in. Nice and easy. So before we do that, what am I thinking? Shoulder blades back, find your neutral position. Just pick that leg up and go into a little march. We're going to march first and up, and then we're going to August 20th or whatever it is today. Up, small moves. Heel comes up first, then the ball of the foot. If you need to, just pedal, bringing the heels up a little bit. What we're going to do is just pick it up and kick out, in and down. So make sure you've got that neutral posture. Ears, shoulders, hips. Little curve in the lower back. Up and out and back in. Just getting these quadriceps warmed up, hip flexors, getting that knee moving. Out and in, taking your time, going at your pace, not mine, not anybody else's. Don't look around at the other people in the class to see what they're doing. You do what you do what your body says you should be doing. Out and back, out and back. Arms up, chest out. Do a rotation, just the shoulders. Keep looking right straight at me as you do this. And bring it back again to center and to the other side. Same thing. Just the shoulders. Look at me. Look at me. Don't look away. Don't. Bring it back. All right. Now we're going to get the torso involved. So not real exaggerated. We're just going to take a nice, easy rotation of the torso. Hips don't move as you come around. Don't let your hips roll. And bring it back to center. Other side, same thing. I was watching another. It's funny. I watched another guy doing senior exercises, and they were seated. And he was doing rotations, and he was turning his hips. It's like, where's the stretch? What are you doing? There's no stretch there. I yell at the screen when I watch it. It's like, no. All right, ready? Scapular retraction. Arms out to the side, bringing the shoulder blades together behind you. Squeeze them. Back, chest is out. And relax. We should do that again. Just once doesn't do any good. Once is not enough. Back. Anything that feels this good, you can't do just once. And down. A little wider. Roll the shoulders out just a little bit more. Bring the arms back. Squeeze. and forward. One more, just one more, okay? Bring it back. Can't get too much of a good thing, can you? And bring it in. All right. Sits bones stay on the chair. Arms going to go up overhead. Reach, rotate the hand, and bring it back down again. So you can't stretch the shoulders enough, but you can work them too hard and back down. Take the hand up, the palm toward the ceiling, rotate the hand, pushing up. Feel the stretch all the way up the side of the ribs, going into the shoulder. Up and back down. Rotate and bring it in. Up, you know where this is going. We're going to go cross body. Again, this is one where you really got to watch. Knees stay forward. So you can tell if the hips are rotating at all if the knees start to drop to the side. Those knees stay right over the ankles, pointed toward the toes, pointed in the same direction as the toes, and they don't change. Get that back shoulder, roll it back. Other side, around, and back in. Stretch it out. Feel the great stretch through the chest as you reach. Shoulder blades coming back. Other side, so chest on that back arm, shoulder blade on that front arm is where you should feel it. And bring it in. Shake that out. We're going to do the same thing. Bring the feet apart and push down. So just a little bit of a hip hinge. Shoulders are back. You're just going to reach down, pushing that hand toward the foot. Toward the foot. Don't lean. This isn't about touching anything. This is about getting those shoulders to roll and getting more stretch through the shoulders, through the upper body, especially that T-spine, the middle of your back where the rotation happens. And up. Push and roll and bring it up. Couple more. And up. One more each side. There's one. Bring it back. There's two. And shake that out. Let me turn my chair here just a little bit so you can see what I'm doing. We're going to bring the heels up. So remember, when you bring the heels up, ball of the foot on the floor all the way across. Up. Don't put the pressure into the toes. Toes, bring it up through the knees, through the meniscus. Middle of the knee where all of those muscles, no, not the muscles, all of the I'll get it. All the nerves come right up through the middle of the knee. And if you put the weight into the toes, you're stressing that. You're going to feel it in the knees. Bring it up and back down. Up. Ball of the foot. Flat. Don't let the toes roll out. And back down. One more time. Bring it up and back down. All right. Let's find our posture again. We haven't done that in a while. Ears, shoulders, hips. Get the shoulder blades back, looking right straight out in front of you, and heels up. Nope, toes up. We just did heels up. Toes up and back down. So up. Keep your posture. Don't lean forward because you're bringing those toes up. Or don't just lean forward. It's so easy to just hunch. You know, I think about that all the time, whether I'm walking or sitting. I'll catch myself. And if I think about it, it's like, don't hunch the shoulders. I am. My shoulders are forward just a little bit and back up. So I have to bring myself back to standing. Usually I'll see it when I go to a store. I went to Costco yesterday and people were laying on their carts like that. And it's like, no, don't do that. And then I check my posture and back down one more time. Up and back down. And that one thing I do is when I push a cart, I'll put my hand on the cart and I'll roll my shoulder blades back. I'll use that to help push me upright so that I don't lean forward into the cart because it's really easy to do as you're walking and pushing. All right, we're going to opposites. Heel on one foot, toe on the other. Down and up. It's like walking, only sitting or something like that. Heel up, toe up, and back. Check your posture. Shoulders back, chest out. Every time I say that, I got room to move. Up and down. Other side. Up and up. Should feel this in the calf muscles and the shins. Calf muscle on the heel up, shin on the toe up. And up, back, and up, and bring it down. Arms down at the side, shoulder blades back. So we do curls with weights and we do them with the bands. So let's do it without and just work on posture. Shoulder blades are back. So when you do curls, as you're trying to lift that weight, it's really easy to come forward. So without weights, just bring the hands down, elbows toward the floor, away from the torso just a little bit, and just bring the hands up. Shoulder blades are back, opening up that chest, not letting them come forward. Turn the hands over and push back down again. So when you do a curl with weights or anything, anytime you're picking something up, your shoulder blade should be back. You should not lose neutral and back down, because if you do, what happens is you start to arch those shoulders, you arch the upper back, and it's putting all sorts of strain on that lower back. Back down, up, last one. Stop right here, roll the palms over, push up to the ceiling. Drive it right straight up. Contract the muscles as you do it. Bring it back down. Palms turn, hands turn, elbows next to the torso, and out of that curl. Again, up, rotate as you come up. Turn the elbows. Feel the stretch in the shoulders. This really drives the shoulder blades back when you squeeze them together doing that overhead press. Up, down, in, and curl one more time. Up. So we're working these biceps, tightening them up, warming them up. Then we're going to roll the hands over, push. You feel the shoulders activate to drive, but you'll also feel the stretch all the way through the arm. Wrist, fingers actually all the way down to the shoulders and in the upper back. Down and back, down. Again, shake that out. So you should feel that. You should have tightened up those muscles. It's an eccentric, no, it's not. It's a concentric move. Isometric move, sorry, where you tighten up the muscles where you're not using the weights. Just as good as using the weights. All right, with less chance of injury. You ready? We're going to step out to the side. Tap and in, out and in. Again, hips don't turn. If that knee's coming down, the minute you push it back, you'll come back. Out. Make that stationary foot stay right where it is, that leg. Knee, hip, toe, all in alignment. They never move. And back in, out, and in. You're strengthening the muscles all the way up the leg on that stationary leg by forcing it there, holding it there, contracting the muscles. You don't feel it, but they need to work. Otherwise, they want to just fall away. Out and in, straight out to the side. We're going here and down. I'm mentioning that because we're going to do up and around next. Bring it back and down. Again, stationary leg, really important that you keep it right where it is. Foot comes up, heel first, ball of the foot, just like you're walking, and just rotate that knee to the outside. It's not going to go very far. And the other thing always to keep in mind, hip, knee, toe are always in alignment. It's not the knee going out and the foot not going with it. If the foot can't go any farther, the knee shouldn't either. You're going to feel the muscles in the inner thigh work as you bring the leg back in again. Outside of the hip works to pull it out. Inside to bring it in. Stop here. Check your posture. This one you can really hurt your back on. So get the shoulder blades back and the chest is out. All right, let's do it again now. Out and back in. Tap the toe on the outside. Out. Make sure you've got your alignment. Shoulder blades are back. Bring it back up. And then one more each side. This is a really good exercise. It stretches the muscles on the inner thighs out, but it works the muscles so much. The moving leg outside of the hip, inside of the leg, but that stationary leg all the way down, strengthening up the knees and the hips. All right, what are we doing next? What are we doing next? Hip hinges, feet out. We should take a break here in a second. Yeah, we will after this one. Hands on the thighs, shoulder blades are back. Roll the shoulders. So this one, what you want to do is, so you're sitting here, right in there, just pick that chin up, roll the shoulder blades together, and feel how much more you get out of this. Now you've got the back hyperextended. This isn't where you want to be for neutral. You just relax the arms at that point so that the shoulders, ears, hips are in alignment. Doesn't matter if you're up here or down here, you should still be lined up. Nothing changes except you're hinging at the hip. So just bring it down nice and slow. Keep the shoulder blades back, chest is out. And since you're not rotating, you can get those shoulders back a little bit more. You can put that hip or that spine into just a little more curvature, down and up. Anybody remember Norm Crosby? I feel like him. Can't get the words right. Down drop in between. Feel the stretch on the inner thighs, lower back, hamstrings and glutes. Again, knees stay in. What happens a lot of time is as you go down, you'll bring the knees in, get them back out. You won't feel the stretch otherwise. Down, down, down. All you're doing is shortening the muscles by bringing those knees in and bring it back up again. Grab some water. Stay seated. We're not ready to do the standing stuff yet. Third of the way into it. 2/3 to go. Isn't that exciting? What? 2/3 yet? You ready? Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take, hang on, got it. Going to take the arms down. Yes, you are. You're going to do this. Shoulder blades are back. Feet are out. Knees, toes, same direction. Don't make sure they don't drop. The knees don't drop in, collapse. As you come up, bring the arms up. Start with the shoulder blades. Bring it back. All the way up. Use the entire body, not just the lower back, to bring you up. So many times I see this where people lean to get something and then they just pick their head up first. That's putting all sorts of stress down in the lower part of the back in that curvature area. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out as you do that, coming down, and then up as you come up. Shoulder blades are back, arms come up. It kind of just pulls you up as you come up, protecting that lower back. So you've got in a stable position, neutral position is stabilized for the back. Back down one more time, knees out over the ankles, and shoulder blades back, chest out, bring it up. Nice and slow, and bring the arms down. We're going to go back up again. Up. Deep breath, a little bend in the elbows. Get the hands over this time. So the first time we did this, we didn't really stretch over the top. Bring as far as you can over the top and back down. Remember which arm was in front that time, because this time the other one should be up and over. Stretch it out. Get those shoulders up toward the ceiling. It's an arc up and over the head. And bring it back down again. Single arm. Left arm first. Up over the top. Sits bones. Stay flat on the chair. Roll that hand up and over, stretching that shoulder out. And back down. Use the hand to help you. Don't let your shoulders go forward. Stand neutral. What you want to do is just bend the spine to the side, opening up the vertebrae on the one side. Reach. Don't lean. No leaning. You're not the Tower of Pisa. And back down. It is a side bend. One more time each side. Up and over. So a good cue here is upper arm inside on the ear as you come over. Don't lean forward. Stay back. Keep the shoulder blades back as you come over the top and back down. If you are bending as you do a side bend and you're leaning forward at the same time, you're stressing out the vertebrae, putting a lot of pressure. Back down on the discs and back down again. That was a good stretch. All right. One arm at a time. Take the left arm up over the head. Palm back. Reach. Concentrate on just that one arm. Coming down, tap the same shoulder. And what you probably find is that elbow is going to be out there. If you have to, use the hand to bring it in. If you don't have to use the hand, perfect. In, up, and back down. Other side, palm up. Bring it up. Arm is extended parallel with the floor. Bend the elbow, and then start lifting the elbow up toward the ceiling. Arm in right next to the ear, and you're holding on to the shoulder blade on the same side. I see this all the time from everybody, so many people, where they touch the opposite shoulder. Problem with that is you're not getting the stretch through the shoulder. We're not getting that flexibility through the shoulder. If we do that, we're not lengthening out or lengthening out the muscles. One more time each side, up and over. So I want you to really concentrate. The other thing you can do, so I've got a pin in the shoulder. This one doesn't go up as high, but I can still use that hand to help it. I don't force it. I just give it a little more. and bring the shoulder blades back at the same time, getting that elbow in and up. That's when you're getting the stretch you need. You have to keep that elbow in and up, and wherever that is for you. This in and up is just so much, but in, bring it in, stretch those shoulder blades as you bring that in. Get these tricep muscles, make them do all the work as you come up and back down. Again, we want the right muscles doing the right thing. All right, one leg, step it back, toe touches the back as far back as you can get, out with the heel. In with the old, out with the new. No, out with the old, in with the new. Toe back. So if you get out to the side of the chair, if you're going to do it from here, you can get more range of motion, but make sure that you're holding on to the back of the chair as you do it. It's holding on to the side so that you don't lean into that side and try to do it that way and go with the legs. So shoulder blades back. This leg, knee, toe, hip, all in alignment, up and out. The other way is just heel and toe, bring it back as far as you can. Out. Make sure you're on the edge of the chair. I should have mentioned that. You want to make sure that you have that glute fold right on the edge of the chair. Glute fold right where the leg hits the bum. Out and in. Straight out. That's the other thing you want to watch for is don't let that foot go up, ankle up, and try to get the foot around that way. Use these. Whoa, I was really out of alignment there. Shoulders back. Up, back, lift the toe, lift the leg straight up, back, and out, and down. So get it as high as you can. Try to do it without making that toe go off to the side. So one way you can do that is to just help it a little bit, lifting that knee up just a little bit more, coming back, letting it go down, up, and back out. You're still working those hamstrings. This is for those muscles in the back of the upper leg. They're shortening up. They're pulling that lower leg in. So if you have to pick it up just a little bit more to get that toe over, you're going to feel it. You're going to feel it. All right, ready? Other side. Shoulders back. Start with the hand if you need it. Up and back. Shoulders back, chest out. See if you can do it without. If that doesn't work for you, if you can't get that leg high enough, that knee high enough, use the hands to help. And back out. Don't use it for the whole thing though. Only use it when you get to that point where the toe touches and then release. Back up and out. Keep the toe and knee in alignment. Back and up. Remember, every time you do an exercise, you want to maintain that alignment, both sides at all times, so that the muscles strengthen up in that order, in that alignment. Out one more time. Back and up. Ooh. All right, we're going to do sit to stands. Starting out, hands on the sides of the chair, shoulder blades are back. Just get here first. So the butt's right on the glute fold, on the edge of the chair. Just roll the shoulder blades back and lengthen out the elbows. Don't lock them. Just keep a little bend in them, just micro bend, if we call that. And then just push up just a little bit. Use the feet to help. Feel the weight come off of the butt, but you can still feel the chair. But you don't have all the pressure. Let go. And now you know what that weight is. Push right straight up. Squeeze the core. Roll that hip forward. And back down. Great exercise. Up. Works the triceps. And if you roll that hip forward, you're going to feel the muscles working the lower half of the abs. It's a good seated ab exercise. Up. And back down. Take your hands. Starting to warm up. We're going to go a little more with it. Heel behind the knee. Glute fold right on the edge of the chair. Shoulder blades are back. Hip hinge first. Down. My weight went into my toes. Keep the weight from the ball of the foot to the heel because you're going to drive through that heel. Push up. Don't go all the way up. Stop. And back down. Take your time on the way down. This is one where if you have arms on the chair and you need them, use them. But that's why if you don't, like what we're sitting on right here, I use the thighs instead because I can still push. I can still get some push off there. And it's the same coming down. Use those hands. Push those shoulder blades back. Keep your body in a neutral position. All right, this time we're going to go all the way up. Hip hinge forward, drive through, roll the hips underneath, and push up right through the heels to the ball of the foot. To standing, don't lock the knees. Back up to the chair. Feel it on the back of your thighs. Sorry, back of your hamstring. Yep, it's that. Lower leg. Calves, calves. And down. Out to the edge. Up and down one more time. Forward hip hinge. Push through the hands. Drive up through the heels. This should not impact your knees at all, because I can feel my knees every once in a while. Lunges and things like that. When I keep the weight back into the heels, I don't have that problem because I'm using all the big muscles in the back chain. All right, bring it down. Shoulders stay back. And nice and slow, sit down. Last one. We're getting up. We're staying up. We're staying up. We're up all night. Roll the shoulders, push off. And you're standing. Reminds me of a Stephen Wright joke. It was, my foot fell asleep. Now it's going to be up all night. I love that joke. I loved Stephen Wright. His stuff was funny. Funny, funny. One of his was, cop said, he got pulled over by a cop for speeding, and the cop said, "Do you know you were doing 75 miles an hour?" And he said, "Yeah, but I'm not going to be out for an hour." So there you go. I told it wrong. I'm not Stephen Wright. What are we going to do first? We're going to be standing. We're going to stay standing. First thing we're going to do is heel raise. So again, now we're going to add weight to this whole thing. Coming up underneath, pushing through the balls of the feet, using those muscles in the back of the lower leg to lift the heel. Actually, the joke went, speed limit here is 60 miles an hour. Yes, but I wasn't going to be out for an hour. Up. Yep, not him. This is why I didn't go into stand-up comedy, I guess, huh? And back down. It's a good thing. Up. Feet are flat. Toes, ball of the foot is flat. Don't let the feet roll out to the side. Use those muscles on the inner thigh. Pull them to bring that foot down. And up. Foot always should be flat. Always, always, always. And back down again. And when it's not, you should be working to get it back to flat again. And I tell a story all the time about the woman who said she couldn't stand on one leg. Well, once I got her to make sure she had her stationary leg, the knee bent, and really concentrated on that foot staying flat on the floor, all of a sudden, the single leg stand became nothing. It was so much easier for her. All right, what are we doing next? Heel raise pedals. Hold on to the back of the chair. Up and up, alternating. Heel comes up. Other heel comes up. Really work those muscles in the back of the lower leg, those calf muscles. Lift that heel. Get it as high as you can when you're stabilized on that other leg. Up and up. Knee goes forward. Stationary leg, the knee is always bent. Even though it's holding flat, you want that foot flat on the floor. Micro bend in the knee. Don't lock it out. Up and up. Up and back down. All right. So what I want you to do this time, if you can, try it, is leg up, heel up, and back down. So the single leg lift, that single work, the stationary leg is doing all the work, up and back down. You're holding onto the chair for balance. This one's really tough to do without. I want you to work on the strength of the lower leg instead of the balance. And I'm even working on balance with the chair right here. Up. Single leg heel lifts, I think they're really tough. I feel a lot of work happening. And the first time I did these, before I got them strengthened up a little bit, I was having problems. The back of the heel, the Achilles tendon, was getting sore. So just take your time with it. Go with what's right. And back down. Up. And up. And now just stand on the balls of the feet and bring the toes up. So you're really concentrating on keeping that ball of the foot flat all the way across. making sure everything is in alignment right here, not locking either knee out. Hold onto that chair to help you up and up. You should be feeling this in the calf muscles right now. We've pushed them pretty hard. Up and up, up and up, and bring it back down again. Here's a good one if you can when you're walking around. If you can bring that knee up and the heel up on the other leg when you're walking, just practice that every once in a while just to get in that feel, getting that agility, getting the strength to be able to move quickly in all directions. All right, next, plie, feet out, or a sumo. If you're a guy doing it, it's a sumo. If you're a girl, you're a plie. Back down, butt out. So hold on, feet at a 45-degree angle, knees facing. Don't let the knees drop in. Right straight down. Roll the hips underneath. Get a feel for that. Squeezing those lower abs to bring the hips underneath and then drive up. Back down, butt back, like you're sitting in a chair. Roll the hips using the lower abs. Squeeze. Actually using the glutes and the lower abs to bring that hip up underneath. Down. Roll and then push up to the flat of the foot. Don't let the heels come up. Don't let the feet roll in. Feel the work on the inner thighs. We don't get these inner thighs anywhere near enough. We don't hit them for muscle strength. And what we want to do is make sure that this is a good exercise to do that with. All right, down we go. Knees over the ankles, come up, bring one foot up off the floor and back down. So it's up, leg comes up. Concentrate on that single leg. So as you're coming up, as the knee that's planted on the floor starts to extend, start bringing that other foot up. Don't just come up to the top and then lift the leg. Find that smooth movement, left and right side, working together, up and back down. Other side up and back down. If you can get the feel for this, this is working the brain, helping to rewire it when you're using right and left sides. Fine motor muscles to pick the leg up at the same time as the other one's straightening out. Up and back down. Up and back down, plus the strengthening. But this making sure that you've got this smooth movement inside to out, huge for falls prevention. The more you can move the body in a fluid motion, the safer you are. Up. Those jerky movements are what are a killer. And back down again. Shake that out. We're going to go just, hold on. Swings, leg swings, stretch it out a little bit. So starting with one leg, back. Bring the leg behind you, little bend in the knee. So we're not hinging at the knee. We just have a little bend in the knee. We're lifting the leg and then out front. Back to front. Good exercise here. Keep the shoulder blades back. The muscles in the front, thigh and hip flexor are lifting to the front. Muscles in the back, the hamstrings and the glutes are lifting the leg behind. You're working all the core muscles to keep you standing right here. Instead of leaning forward, bring it back. Out and back. Out. Other foot is flat on the floor. Don't let that go. Work those muscles. Little bend in the knee. Don't lock it out. Back and forward. Side to side. Same leg. Over and back. Keep yourself upright. Don't lean the opposite direction. You're not trying to create a diagonal line. It's out and over. Working the inner thigh to bring that leg up, stretching all the muscles on the outside of the hip. Toe is forward. Bring it out to the side. Feel the muscles working on the outside of the hip. Abductor muscles to lift that leg out, and then inner thigh to bring it back. Stationary leg stays flat on the floor. Knees bent just a little bit. That leg does not move at all. Out and across. Take your time. You can kind of let gravity do some of the work, but you got to slow it down. Be in control of the movement. Up and back. Other side. We really gain nothing if we just let gravity do the work, if we just swing it. back and forth. That's not going to do anything. It would probably hurt you because you start to lose your form. What we want to do is strengthen these muscles up in the core to keep us aligned all the time. The stronger they get, this is where they're going to live. They're going to take you right here, right where you need to be when you strengthen them in this kind of alignment. Back and up. We were talking about core strength being so important for so many things. Lower back is a huge one. All movements though. And up, walking. Keep your hips straight as you're walking so they don't swing back and forth. Up, back, and up, back, and up. We're going to go side to side. All movement before any part of your body moves. Okay, maybe not a finger, but any extremity like the arm or the leg. Core has to get involved first because it needs to get you up over your base of support. And then it has to adjust. So you went to a single leg, your body moved over that single leg, or should have, out. The brain knows to do that. But the core has to be tight so that you aren't leaning off to the side. You can hold right over that stationary leg. Out and back, toes forward. Out and back. Inner thigh, outer hip. Keep the toe forward. Stationary leg flat on the floor. Ball of the foot to the heel. Inside to out. That's that triangle from the sides of the ball of the foot all the way to the heel. You should have total floor contact. Over and back. Over and back. And bring it down. Let's stretch out. Add one more exercise, but we'll pass on that for right now. Step back. We ran out of time. Little bend in the knees. Holding on to the back of the chair. Roll the shoulder blades. Before you do anything, roll the shoulder blades back. You got that straight line from the back of the head all the way to the tailbone. And then you drop into a tabletop, feeling the stretch in the hamstrings. Good hamstring stretch. Just hold in there for a little bit. It feels so good, we don't want to give up on it. And push up on the back of the chair, keeping the shoulder blades back. Step forward with the right foot. Knee is over the ankle. Back foot. Heel is off the floor. Roll the hip forward, bring the heel up. Bring the heel down. Stretching out the back of the lower leg because we did work those calf muscles hard. So that front leg, you've got the knee over the ankle. You've got your hands on the chair so the shoulder blades are back. And then with that back foot, you just lean into it wherever you need to go to feel that stretch. Back of the lower leg, no more, just there, below the knee to the heel. Push up on the front foot, other side. Right foot out, left knee over the ankle, drop the heel down to the floor, and then roll the hip forward on this one. Pelvic tilt forward, pushing on the back of the chair, helping you to that stretch. Stay in there. Roll the hips, push up. Going back into that tabletop we just did. Down, chest up, chin out. Stretch it. See if you can get just a little deeper this time. You should be able to. You got those stretched out last time. They'll take a little more second time. You always get more stretch than the first. Make sure you're keeping a bend in that knee. Chin is up. Don't let the chin come down to the chest. You will get dizzy and pass out. No passing out in my class. And push up. You will not pass my class if you pass out in my class. Sit down. I'm going to grab a drink of water as I go to the seat. Directing my feet to the seat. Feet are out. Hip hinge, cool down. Down between, hands to the floor, roll the shoulders down. We're just trying to do here, stretch out the lower back. Those lower body exercises we did put a lot of work into that lower back. We're trying to strengthen it up as part of the stabilizing. So bring the shoulders to the floor, chin stays same distance away from the chest. Grapefruit, tennis ball, apple, whatever you like that's round and about that size, imagine that in there between the chin and the chest. Hands up, grab onto the thighs, push up to the palms, rolling the shoulder blades back. Get into this habit of always coming up head first, shoulder blades, and up, keeping the back in neutral position, not just lifting the chin and using the head as momentum to come back up. All right, hand on the outside of the thigh. Right hand outside left thigh. Grab onto the back of the chair. Right there, right there. Hand on the inside. Roll the shoulder blades back, or you can grab onto the side of the chair. You can do that too, of the seat. We're just going to roll the shoulder blades back. Chest is out. Keep your chin up, grapefruit. And using this front hand to keep the shoulders straight, this back one rolls around. And you go with it. Let the chin come around so you can stretch out the neck a little bit at the same time. And back. We've warmed up those muscles. They're ready to be cooled down, stretched a little bit. Left hand outside the right thigh. Shoulder blades are back, chest is out. Using that front hand to stabilize the shoulder, that front shoulder. Roll the back one around. Go with it. Keep the shoulder blades back. Make sure you're looking right out in front of you. Chin out, chest out, and back to center again. Shake that out. Hand, arm, 45-degree angle. Bring it around. Roll the shoulders. Don't let the torso twist. Again, nothing here is stretching if you let the hips roll with you. Knees, feet flat on the floor, knees, toes, same direction. Staying right there, nothing moves. And bring it back, other side. Hand up. Little bend in that elbow. Don't lock it out. Get it down at an angle just a little bit. Doesn't matter how much, but don't let it go all the way up. Keep it down just a little bit. You feel a lot less stress on that shoulder. I can feel so much more pain. The minute I go up and get that arm parallel with the floor, it puts all kinds of stress on that joint. And see, that's the advantage. I'm old, so I can feel it. And back again to prevent you from having to feel it. Down in the thighs you go. Roll it down. Keep the chin up, or keep the chin same distance from the chest. As you come down, looking right straight at the floor, grab onto the thighs. Bring the arms up, out to the side, roll the shoulder blades back, bring it up overhead. Deep breath in through the nose. Stomach out, forcing the air into the lower part of the lungs, and exhale. All the way down, squeeze the thighs again, as much as you can. And one more time. Bring the arms back, shoulder blades come back. Deep breath in through the nose, fill up the lungs, then push the stomach out. Diaphragmatic breathing, get the air into the lower part of the lungs, and exhale, bringing the arms down. Thank you, guys. That was a good class. I enjoyed that. I feel so stretched out. It's wonderful. All right, I will see you guys on the next class. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I do.